Hi guys, so as you know, I've been teaching English for about 4 years now, and I've talked a lot about it in my videos. I've done specific videos talking about it in the past. And today I wanted to talk to you about another certification that I've been doing over the last couple of months. So as you know, I already hold 120-hour TEFL course that I spoke about a couple of years ago. But I do believe in expanding your knowledge. And as you also know, if you watch my videos, unless you're new here, as of the start of this year, I am going pretty much all in into teaching. So what I mean by that is that I've quit my 9-to-5 job. So over the last 4 years, teaching English has just been a side job for me, but I've been enjoying it so much that essentially, as of January this year, I am only doing YouTube and teaching English. As a result of that, it makes sense to increase my teaching knowledge. So what I've been doing over the last couple of months, and I'm still doing at the moment, is doing the international certification TESOL course. And I'm doing the 250-hour one, so a lot more intense. So because I've already done the 120-hour one, which is essentially the bare minimum, I'm now doing the 250-hour course, which is a lot more intense. I am going to tell you a little bit about the certification itself. I'm going to show you online how it looks. So sort of what you get, how the course looks when you log in and stuff like that, so you can see whether it's something you're interested in, and generally some of my thoughts about it so far. So this video is sponsored by International Certification, but all views are my own as always. So firstly, I'll just tell you a little bit about the company and the course itself, so what you get from it. And then I will take you through the sort of walkthrough of what the course looks like. And then I'll tell you sort of my experience with it. So the first thing to mention that I think is the most important one is that the TEFL and TESOL certificates that you get are recognized by employers all over the world. As you can see here, they are accredited by an international accreditation body that is based in Great Britain. After completing the course, you do get your own certificate that has a unique reference and everything that employers or potential employers can check. And this certificate is actually recognized in 90 countries worldwide. So you can essentially use it to travel the world and teach, or to teach online, which is what I do at the moment. Now, one of the questions that I do still repeatedly get asked is how I find work for teaching online. Now, I'm lucky enough that actually most of my work has come from word of mouth. But for those of you who are looking to apply to vacancies, especially if you're looking to go abroad and teach abroad, once you have completed the course, you will receive access to a database of vacancies. This will include in-person ones as well as online ones. So it's a really cool add-on, and you do get access to this for life after you complete the certification. You also get an assistant that works with you to create your CV, do sort of a demo interview, demo lesson, which is also really cool to have that support, especially if you are just starting out. And the final thing to mention as well is that you do get the ability to practice your teaching. So essentially you practice as much as you want, you get feedback on your lessons, and you also get a reference letter for potential employers at the end. So lots and lots of benefits. Now, in terms of who the course is for, you can do this as a beginner or as a teacher who already has experience like me. So like I mentioned, I already have the 120-hour course, and I'm finding that I am taking a lot of information out of this 250-hour one. So it is a lot more intense, but it will help me improve my teaching, my methodologies, and my knowledge, because it goes into a lot more detail. But if you are just starting out, it doesn't mean that you can't go for the 250-hour one, because it does start from the basics. So it's not like this course just builds onto the knowledge of the 120 or the 150-hour ones. This is essentially a package. So it's what's in those courses plus extra. So yes, some of the stuff that I'm seeing, I've been learning previously. Some of the stuff I knew but forgot, so it's a good refresher. But yeah, don't be put off by the fact that perhaps people like me do this as career development, if you will, because you will start from scratch. So once you start, you get access to this online platform. So as you can see, you start off with the contents page that basically shows you all of the modules and all of the sub-chapters. It sort of tracks what you've gone through and which tests you've passed and which you haven't. So as you can see, within each module, you have either just a test at the end or tests throughout the module. So see module 3, you have a test pretty much straight away, and then a test at the end. Module 4, just a test at the end. So this kind of helps you to solidify your knowledge and make sure that you're actually listening to what you're hearing. And the way that the platform looks is essentially if we choose something to go into here. So for example, if we go into language teaching methodologies, you can see here that there's a video, so I can watch this video, or at the bottom I have the transcript of what's said in this video. So I can choose whether I prefer listening to someone talking about it or whether I want to read it myself. So you essentially work through this and you learn about all the various different things. So you've got, as you can see here, module 1, you've got getting started, teaching methods, teaching styles. Then module 2, we've got sort of activities, needs analysis, business English, English for specific purposes. And then we've got managing your classroom. Then again, sort of different types of teaching, so sort of test teach approach, task-based learning, etc. And then we've got grammar, pronunciation, etc., etc. All the way, if you look at the end, we've got TEFL Marketplace, CVs, interview questions and stuff like that. So essentially a really, really intense course. Now, my thoughts about it so far, what I would say is that I think perhaps I didn't realize just how much 250 hours really is, because if you think about it, that's like 6 weeks of full-time work, because you do a 40-hour work week, right? So if you're doing nothing else but this, it will take you like 6 weeks to complete. Whereas if, like me, you're doing it on top of other stuff, it does take a lot longer to get through than I was expecting. But that's my own fault, because, you know, clearly says 250-hour course. But yeah, just be prepared that it is really intense, but in turn it will make you a better teacher. Now, what I do really like about this is that it gives you ideas of activities that you can do. Especially for me, what's quite useful is activities that you can do with children. So when I was starting out, I sort of never planned to go into teaching children, but I'm doing it more and more now. So it is really helpful getting a refresher and a more intense refresher of that information. But also, I am planning to hopefully, in the next few years, open a school where I am. So like a little mini school. I'm not talking like a big language school or anything, but just like a classroom where I can do group learning with children. So actually going through this and getting lots of ideas for activities that I can do with them is super helpful. So I'm making lots of notes on that. I do like that everything is transcribed so that you can read it if you want to. I'm personally not a fan of some of the videos that are on here. So the ones where people are presenting the information to you, I personally find them a little bit too stiff. So they are literally just reading a script, which to me, the way that my brain works, that doesn't work for me. So I'm just reading through it myself. But having said that, there are a lot of other videos on there, videos that aren't just someone presenting the information to you. It is sort of videos of classrooms and things like that. So those are very, very helpful. So if you are interested, you can use the link down below to sign up and get 50% off. And if you have any questions about it, stuff that I didn't cover in this video, let me know in the comments down below. I think I've covered everything that people might be interested in, but you never know, there might be stuff that I just haven't thought of. So any questions, just let me know. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.